When I started learning AWS, everything felt manageable. I could spin up an EC instance. I understood S3 at a basic level. Even regions and availability zones made sense. I thought, okay, maybe this AWS thing isn't that hard. Then I reached this part, and suddenly, my confidence just disappeared. At the beginning, AWS feels really friendly. You follow tutorials, you click through the console, and things just work because the guide tells you exactly what to do. And because things are working, you assume you understand them. I did too. I thought progress meant I completed the lab, or I finished the video, or I followed all the steps perfectly. But here's the thing, AWS doesn't test you when things work. It tests you when things break. The moment AWS stopped feeling easy was when I had to connect things together. Not just create resources, but actually understand how they interact with each other. We're talking about networking, permissions, and security. It was that moment when you realize one small, tiny setting can break the entire system. Suddenly, AWS wasn't just about clicking buttons anymore. It was about thinking, and that's where I froze. This is the part nobody really warns you about. Tutorials give you a lot of confidence, but confidence is not the same as understanding. I quickly realized I couldn't answer some really basic questions like, why did this request fail? Why can't this service talk to that one? Why is EM blocking this action even though I thought I allowed it? That huge gap between I followed the steps and I understand why it works is brutal. That's where most people start to feel dumb. And honestly, it's where a lot of people quit. This phase hurts so much because up until that point, you felt smart. AWS was rewarding you for following instructions. Then, all of a sudden, it demanded reasoning and critical thinking. No one tells you that this confusion is a sign you're learning properly. So instead, you think, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, or maybe everyone else understands this except me. That thought almost stopped me completely. What helped me push through wasn't learning more services. It was actually slowing down. I started asking fundamental questions. Why am I using this specific service? What problem does it actually solve? What happens if I remove it? I stopped chasing the feeling of progress and started chasing clarity. And that's when AWS started making sense again. Not because it got any easier, but because my way of thinking got better. So if AWS felt easy, and now it feels incredibly hard, you haven't failed. You've just reached the part that actually matters. This is the phase where real, deep understanding is built. It's where your confidence becomes real, not just borrowed from a tutorial. It's where surface-level learning ends. Stay here. Don't try to rush past it. AWS didn't break my confidence to stop me. It broke it so it could be rebuilt properly. And if you're here right now, you're closer to getting it than you think. Thanks for watching.